The Echoes of Resilience podcast.
Peace and love, my beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Echoes of Resilience. I am your host, Maisa, and today I'm extremely excited to have this amazing queen sitting next to me. She has done some amazing things. Her story is extremely powerful, and I'm just going to let her introduce herself. Introduce yourself.
Hey! Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I am Monique Bass. Let's say I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm a founder. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. And I am just an awesome friend.
That's right.
So I'm a founder of What's Behind the Bra. Mm-hmm. And that is a nonprofit, a breast cancer nonprofit that actually brings awareness 365 days a year. And we also fundraise and make care packages, and we give it to women that are just, are going through the journey at the moment, just to bring comfort to them.
That's pretty amazing.
Yes.
Thank you for saying yes, first of all. I've watched your story. I've watched your journey. And, of course, being someone who was also diagnosed with breast cancer. I believe you were diagnosed before I was. What year were you diagnosed?
2020.
Yes, I was diagnosed 2022. So, watching your story and seeing how you were so boisterous about it. You just put it out there on Front Street. What was that like for you, saying, you know what? I'm going to decide to let the world into this part of my life. What was that decision like for you?
Very, very easy. I've always been an open book. I never held back anything, and people just always know Monique is an open book. So when I found out that I was diagnosed with cancer, it was like, okay, I'm taking y'all on this journey with me. Let's go on this journey. And it was actually really easy. Yeah,
it was easy. Now, what type of breast cancer did you have?
I had stage 1. What is it
Which one?
it's it's inductal carcinoma. Is that the word?
No, it's something missing. It's something missing. It's a piece missing from it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was
stage 1
breast cancer. It was HER2 positive.
Okay. So when you found out, did you have a family history of breast cancer already? Did you feel a lump? It was just your regular mammogram? Take us through that.
Yeah. So the way I found out is every year, starting when I was 40, because that's what they say at 40. So I said, okay, let me start my annual mammograms. I don't have breast cancer in my family.
Okay.
I never smoked cigarettes. And 40 to 47, I was fine. And then one day I was just laying in my bed, and I was just self-examining, because they say self-examine.
Yes.
And I felt a lump. And I was like, wow, that feels weird. Like, that's something awkward, like something different. Because they always tell you to self-exam, feel your breast. But I always felt like we always got lumps in there, So I felt like I wouldn't know what to feel. But this particular lump felt different. So I went to my gynecologist, and they said, you know what? Go for your mammogram and let's check it out. And I went for the mammogram, and they said, oh, seems like, you got dense tissue, fatty tissue, dense breast. They give you the whole thing. It's cysts, it's this, it's that. It's a papilloma. I said, okay, papilloma, it's fine. Let's just keep an eye on it every 6 months. And this is 2018.
Now, did they biopsy it?
At the end of 2018, so after I came back the first 6 months.
Okay.
They seen a little growth, so they said, well, let's biopsy it. So I biopsied, benign, right? 2019, next 6 months. So I'm following what they said.
Right.
Every 6 months. The next 6 months I come back, and it grew a little bit more. So we biopsy it again, and it's benign. So that's 2 biopsies, benign.
But it's growing. That's an issue.
Right.
It's growing, yeah.
Right. So my mammogram in 2018, 2019, they didn't see anything. So I got my mammogram, my
Right.
annual mammogram,
Right.
and nothing came up. And then 2020 came around. We're in the pandemic. We can't go out, you know. And my breast started doing something weird. It was like a little swollen. It had like veins showing. So, and the lump was growing a little bit more. So my breast specialist of 25 years said, breast cancer doesn't hurt, right? But I used to always put my cell phone in my breast because being a bartender and running nightclubs, a lot of times I didn't have my pants with pockets. So I would hold my phone right in my breast, and people always say, don't do that because it could cause cancer. But I didn't, you don't listen. So I felt like the lump sometimes would burn a little bit. It would hurt a little bit. But because we couldn't go to the doctor, I felt comfortable knowing my specialist told me that cancer doesn't hurt.
Because that's the norm.
That cancer doesn't hurt.
Right.
So I was like, okay, but this is growing. So once the world opens up, I want them to take it out and test it.
Right.
Because I know that I wasn't dealing with this all my life.
Right.
I didn't have a lump. I didn't have these veins. So I was paying attention to my body. So I said, as soon as we open up, I'm going to the doctor. They got to take it out. They have to test it. So the world opened up, and I told her, and she was like, okay, well, let's do one more biopsy. Okay. Whatever you say, whatever we got to do.
So, okay. And so in between all this time, breast MRI was never recommended because coming from the radiology world, being an ultrasound tech, working one-on-one with radiologists, performing these ultrasounds, these biopsies with them, one thing I know for sure is that with the history like that, you're telling me all this is going on, but this thing is growing. In my mind, I'm waiting to say, when they going to order this breast MRI? Because the breast MRI, after the second benign biopsy, but this is growing, breast MRI normally would have been ordered. You know what I'm saying? Just from with my experience. And I'm just surprised that they didn't do that.
Right. Nope. So
Wow.
I went for the third biopsy. Now we're in 2020. It was still in. This is all 2020.
Okay.
So I had the biopsy 2018, biopsy 2019. Now we're in 2020, end of 2020, and again,
Benign.
It was benign. So I said, okay, let's take it out. So they took it out, and I'm in a car wash, and I'm driving, and she calls me. She goes, I got good news and I got bad news. She said, what we were watching, the papilloma, that was benign. But there was a mass behind it, a small mass behind it, and that was developing cancer. So she was like, the good thing is that we got it all out, but come see me, Monday or whatever. And I was like, okay, so still at that point. So what it was is that I guess when they did the biopsy, it wasn't going through to the end. They might have probably just poked it,
Right.
took some
They didn't
fluid out.
They didn't go. Now, was your biopsy through mammogram or ultrasound?
Through ultrasound.
Okay.
Through ultrasound.
Because, yeah, I'm surprised.
It didn't what? No. So
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So it was no mammogram.
Wow.
The biopsy they didn't find it until I told them, take out the lump and test it. And that's how they found it.
So I want to pause really quickly. This is what you said is big because as being advocates for people, the biggest thing is having a voice. And when you feel that something isn't right, there are so many people, past and present, who have experienced it.
Come see me, Monday or whatever. And I was like, okay, so still at that point. So what it was is that I guess when they did the biopsy, it wasn't going through to the end. They might have probably just poked it,
right?
Took some.
They didn't go. Now, was your biopsy through mammogram or ultrasound?
Through ultrasound.
Okay.
Through ultrasound.
Because, yeah, I'm surprised.
It ain't what? No. So
yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So it was no mammogram.
Wow.
The biopsy they didn't find it until I told them, take out the lump and test it. And that's how they found it.
So I want to pause really quickly. This is what you said is big because as being advocates for people, the biggest thing is having a voice. And when you feel that something isn't right, there are so many people, past and present, who have experienced the same thing in different areas of their bodies and never said, hey, take this out. Hey, I want you to do this.
Right.
Imagine if you had never said, take this out.
Right. I could have been stage 4.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like so many other people are. So to
Right.
advocate for yourself, speak up. I'm so happy you did that for yourself.
Yeah, no, and the thing is that we are conditioned to believe the doctors, you know? And she's 20, the breast specialist, 25 years. So once you go for a mammogram and a biopsy and you leave there with that paper or whatever saying benign, you feel good, you walk out. But guess what? I still got this lump. It's still growing.
And it's growing.
And it's growing. And it's hurting on and off. So I have to listen to my body no matter what this paper says, no matter what that doctor says. Take it out. So it's important to listen to your body. I know people hear that all the time, but had I not and just listened to them every 6 months, it would be stage 4. But by the grace of God, I advocated. I was stage 1, and I went through chemo and radiation, and I'm here today.
That's right.
5 years in remission.
Yes, 5 years. First of all, let's clap for that. Yes.
5 years in remission.
5 years in remission. Yes. So once you received that diagnosis, right? What was the conversation that you had with yourself that nobody else heard?
The first thing is, I'm going to lose my hair.
Listen, honesty, listen, yeah.
Oh my God. Like, my hair was everything to me, you know? Like, I just started picturing what we normally see, the bald heads or whatever. But then right away it was like, I got my grandkids, I got my sons, I have to be here, I have to live. So right away I was like, what do we have to do? You know, I went to the doctor alone because we were in the pandemic, so a lot of people couldn't go. But I'm not the type to have people take their time to come with me. Like, this is my journey. I'm good. I like to show strength. Like, I'm okay. I don't need anybody to hold my hand, you know? So I cried in the office when she said it. My world just was like everything that I do. Like, I had 3 jobs. I was working. I'm paraprofessional at school in the East Orange Board of Education at that time. I managed the 43rd Street Cafe at that time, and I also worked at Madison Square Garden at that time. So I had 3 jobs. I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had a trip planned. So you start just thinking of, like, you have so much going on. Where do you have time for cancer? But you know what? When cancer comes, honey,
you better listen.
Your life changes in the blink of an eye. All that comes to a halt. I put on my boxing gloves and said, what do we got to do?
Listen, the fact that you said boxing gloves.
Hey, yep.
You got to protect the plums. Cancer will not win. Like, no. And I like that you took that approach, because a lot of people don't take that approach with breast cancer. Like you said, the first thing you thought was my hair, which so many women, I thought the same thing. You know, so many of us think that you think about your breast. Do I get a mastectomy? Do I get a double mastectomy? Do I just do a lumpectomy? You know, you go through all these different things because visually life is changing, and also physically life is changing, you know.
Right.
Am I going to be accepted in that way? You know what I mean? What am I going to look like after this? You know,
right.
What does life look like after cancer? And honestly, after chemo, what does life look like during chemo? Because chemo is hard. Chemotherapy is hard. What is one of your hardest moments that you remember during your chemotherapy treatment?
The hardest moment was, I would say, the beginning, when I first started, because chemo is like, it's an unknown. First of all, you're afraid because you don't know. You're dumping all these chemicals in your body that kills the cancer cells as well as your healthy cells. So you're just afraid of how your body is going to react. So the hardest moment was just accepting that you're going to receive it. So what happened was, I received chemo and I got up and I went to the store. I tried to just continue to go on with my life like
regular.
Yeah. And they sent me home with the Neulasta where it's the white blood count.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So some people have to go back the next day and get a shot, but they had, I don't know if they still have it, but they send you home with it, and it dispenses like 24 hours after you come home, and it dispenses for like 45 minutes, I think it is.
Okay.
And I got home that day. I went out and got a wig, and I got home, and as soon as I got home and I parked, I started feeling dizzy, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then my stomach started cramping. So I ran in the house fast because I was by myself, and I ran in, and I was like, what is going on? You know, and I laid down, and I'm holding my stomach, and it hurt so bad. So I went to the bathroom, and next thing you know, I woke up on the floor.
What?
On the floor. I passed out, and
do you know about how long it was?
No, I don't think it was long.
Okay.
I don't think it was long.
Okay.
But I called my sons, and they came over, and they put blankets all over the tub. I mean, but I would say that was the hardest part. That part with the AC, with the devil, Red Devil, that was the beginning. So that, and then at the end, I took Toxo, and I was having a hard time moving my bowels.
Yeah.
And as much as I pushed, I couldn't get anything out, to the point where I had to use my finger and get it out.
What?
It was horrible.
But what was your appetite like during chemo?
I couldn't really eat anything. I made a lot of fruit smoothies.
Okay.
So I had it was all fruit smoothies.
And you still were like that?
And it wasn't a lot of greens, because I don't like greens.
All you had to do is do a couple in there, girl.
Some kale.
Yeah, that's it. Just a little bit.
But when people asked me one time, they were like, how was your weekend? I was like, shitty.
Like literally
shitty. And then I got the fleet for constipation. Put that up there, and it came out. I was like, man, that could have saved me a whole weekend of pulling out shit. No, girl, that was the worst part.
That was the worst part. That's bad. That's kind of, yeah. So
you didn't have that issue?
No, I ate greens, so
there's a point.
I ate
your vegetables.
I ate my vegetables. I love vegetables, and I ate salads. I ate a lot of those things, so I didn't struggle with that. My struggle with chemo, maybe after my third treatment, my bones hurt so bad, and I had a moment where I was at work, and I tried to stand up, and I kind of just dropped. I didn't pass out, and I couldn't walk. It was horrible. My coworker had to drive me home. Yeah, it was bad. And that night, I slept in the bathtub. I just kept letting the hot water out, refilling it up, putting Epsom salt.
Make sure to subscribe and watch, and set your notifications for part 2 of Monique's amazing story at Echoes of Resilience Podcast on YouTube, Wednesdays, 7 p.m.